Nearly 50 years after the First Chicano Moratorium March in Houston, Brown Berets from across the country gathered again to celebrate the history of the Chicano movement. Here are a few interviews with a dozen or so. Thank you.
But yo he estado en el movimiento de los trabajadores. I worked for Local 780 in San Antonio. I held the position of chief steward. So lo que I've been in the labor movement since 78, 77. I joined the factory in 77. I started getting involved in 78 con Jaime Martinez, a mentor of mine, labor leader, community activist, the first minority, the first Mexicano that was elected to office in Washington, D.C. from our local union. IUE is headquarters in Washington, D.C. He was the first minority elected to the board. He was a representative the 29 states west of the Mississippi. He was a representative. A union with about 1 million members at one time before NAFTA. So I've been involved in La Pelea. I was when Cesar Chavez was organizing in El Valle in the late 70s, early 80s. I used to be personal security de Cesar Chavez cuando venía para San Antonio on his way to El Valle to organize. And I've been involved in a lot of strikes, a lot of protests. So lo que I go back quite a bit away, and I was fortunate enough to meet Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta and Arturo Rodriguez and Richard Chavez and Helen Chavez, la esposa de Cesar Chavez. I got to meet his family, his son Richard, the brother Richard Chavez, and Paul Chavez, el hermano, that he designed the eagle flag, right? The eagle and the flag, the Huelga flag, back in the 60s.
Yes. Thanks.
My name is Jesse Solis. I'm with Brown Berets, and I'm also with Tejas Lowrider Movement. We do lowrider cars, lowrider events, and the Brown we teamed up, and I was seeing the activities they did for the community and everything. But what it really cost to me join is I have a friend that's missing in my neighborhood, and missing in my neighborhood. Her name is Maria Jimenez Jimenez Rodriguez. Well, she's been missing about a year, and no leads, nothing done about it. And so I said, you know what? I need help because police ain't doing nothing. And then I seen the way the people acted in the neighborhood, just grab a piece of papers. So I joined the Brown Berets, and they've been really helping me out. Active Willie is an awesome guy. He's they're trying to take a group picture. He teach me a lot of stuff about the Brown Berets.
Cool. Thanks.
Rafaela Vitia, I'm from Fresno, California.
Why did you join the Brown Berets?
I joined the Brown Berets because it offers me a space, a place where I can continue to not just educate and organize, but also to be involved culturally in a manner that for many activists, sometimes we get dissuaded or discouraged. The Brown Berets offers us a chance to not just call for cultural and educational changes, but also for self-defense. And I think that's one of the biggest turnoffs that sometimes we as activists, we're told to, hush up, don't talk that way. Civil disobedience is not the way to go, or direct action is not the way to go. And I disagree with that. I think that sometimes we need to do civil disobedience, direct action, similar to what even Martin Luther King did. Martin Luther King Jr., he did civil disobedience. Rosa Parks, Cesar Chavez, these are leaders who in the 60s, and people prior to them did civil disobedience. So we can't discourage people from standing up and taking a stand. And there's more to our culture than just going and voting. We have to do voting. Yes, that's important. I would never rule that out. But as a Brown Beret, I think it allows us to also pass on a culture to the youth and allow them to be proud of it unapologetically, though.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Here, Houston, Texas, and I joined I kind of feel like I had to join. There's a lot of injustice going on for my people.
Do you think it's important for the media for us to be on media?
It's very important for us to be on media. I feel we lack a lot of representation. That's what's good about social media is we can get ourselves out there. So yeah, I mean, if we're not on media, social media, we can make ourselves available and be seen. And I feel, well, yeah, it's very important.
All right, thank you.
Roy Peña, Dallas, Texas. I'm with the Brown Berets of Samanawa, Dallas, and I'm an enrolled member of the Lipa and Apache Tribe of Texas.
Why did you join?
I joined because I wanted to get more involved in community issues and the Latino community. That's the main reason that I joined.
How long you been in?
3 years.
A lot longer than me. All right, thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
How you doing? I'm David Perez. I'm from Wichita, Kansas. It's my first march. Won't be my last. Through Connie and Deborah Mendoza, they let me in the organization, and I'm proud to be here.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
The Brown Berets, I seen a lack of help in the community. I seen a lack of a voice that wasn't being, that was completely shut off. When you're a Brown Beret, you're a voice for those who don't have one. We come together for our people. We stand for our people. We're the vanguard of our people. We're in the front lines. I joined the Brown Berets to help out in the community any way I can. I'm a proud Chicano, and I like to show it. What better way than banishing the brown, wearing the Brown Beret? Yeah.
All right, thank you.
My name is Jorge Lopez, and I'm from McAllen, Texas, a Rio Grande Valley, deep in the heart of Texas, south. I joined the Brown Berets in 1971 when La Reconquista de la Caravana made their way from California throughout the Southwest, the nation of Aztlan. Since 1971, I've been an active member of the Brown Berets, and up until now, and I will continue to be a Brown Beret till the day I die. When they came to the valley, it was an inspiration for a lot of people. A lot of people got inspired by the actions of David Sanchez, Jeronimo Blanco, and the 22 young men and women that came marching with them in full uniform. I mean, at that time, Texas was very racist. It is still racist, more racist now, and they had the courage and the bravery and the honor and the valor to march for our rights, for Aztlan, for the revision of the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo that guaranteed our land and water rights that were taken away in Article 9 and Article 10 of the Tratado de Guadalupe Hidalgo.
All right, thank you. Since the background music was too loud, I decided to cut it out just in case the copyright people might get upset. This guy came from California though, so I wanted to include him in the video, just an hour north of San Francisco. Thank you, and thanks for him.
Okay, my name is Connie Gonzalez, and I'm Brown Berets of Samanawa, Califaslan, and I joined about a year ago because I was tired of seeing my people being oppressed and discriminated, and a lot of injustices being done, so I joined in order to make the organization stronger and help out my gente, our people.
Right.
My name is Henry Alvarez. Before I actually joined the Brown Berets, I did a lot of watching documentaries and reading about different civil rights movements, particularly Chicano and also the black civil rights leaders. And I ended up running into Willie and his daughter over at a hip-hop vintage flea market that they have here in Houston, Texas. And they had the berets, and I recognized them from all my reading and watching documentaries. So we got to talking, and that's how I got introduced to the Brown Berets in Houston.
Why did you join?
I'm sorry?
Why did you join?
Why did I join? I feel like there's a lot of changes that still need to be made. I know there's been a lot of progress, but there's still a lot of changes, and also just wanted to do something to help the community and my people.
All right, cool.
I'm Bethany Alvarez, and I joined the Brown Berets because my dad influenced me into doing it. He's Henry Alvarez. I've only been a Brown Beret for like a week, but I guess it's better to start now and help as much as I can. So that way whenever I'm older, there'll be a new group. Not new, but it'll continue on.
Thank you.
Jose M. Villarreal, Robstown, Texas. Been a Brown Beret for about 41 years. I'm also an educator, and so I'm here to support La Causa and the commemoration of the Chicano Moratorium. I've been an active member of the Chicano movement practically all my life, and we're moving forward. My way of thinking is that we need to concentrate on the youth and pass the baton on to them so they can get politically conscious and for them to start taking more action in the community, especially train leaders to organize in the communities.
All right. Thank you.